Aloha, everybody. How you doing? I trust all is well. Mahalo. No, aloha. I'm going to do some administrative stuff here in a moment. So give me about 20 seconds, and then we'll go from there. As usual.
Happens every time I see you.
Okay, here we go. First of all, I want to thank all of you for the consistent and constant prayers, healing energy, loving energy, positive vibes that you keep sending to Maui. If nobody tells you, I'm telling you that it's working. So I greatly appreciate you, all of you, for doing that. You guys rock. I'm still getting air purifiers here, and I'm not even asking for them anymore. So anyway, I greatly appreciate all your help. And keep sending the vibes, keep sending the healing energy, because Maui can definitely use them. So as I was going through my trauma a few months ago, I had a bunch of healers that were helping me along the way. And then after I started the experience here on Facebook Live, and I was bringing all the healers that had contributed to supporting me. A couple, 2 or 3 more healers ended up coming up towards the end of that. And one of them is Dr. Teresa, who's my guest here today. And I consider myself very blessed, and all the help and the support that I've received over the last few months. And I will tell you this, everything that you guys, the community, for those of you that supported me, sending me healing energy, loving energy, supporting energy, positive vibes, love, it all helped, every bit of it. And then when the healers came in and started supporting me, they also helped. And then like Dr. Teresa, who's our guest today, she has been helping me along the way also here the last several weeks. So my goal with the experience was to give back to the community and give back to the healers, to promote them and support them. And that's what I'm doing today with Dr. Teresa. She is phenomenal. She has a very simple but powerful way of doing things, processes. And that's what I believe in. For the 20 plus years that I've been doing all this, I believe in simplicity, but yet for it to be powerful. Humanity has a tendency to make things difficult, when in reality, everything's supposed to be simple. And Dr. Teresa fits in that, in simplicity and yet powerful. So Dr. Teresa is a super conscious mentor, practiced healing arts and chiropractic for 29 years. In the pursuit to find answers for herself, why didn't she make money? Why was she able to manifest sometimes and other times not? Why was disease 95% for what we think and feel? And she found that rewiring the brain works in removing all negative emotions and patterns for the desired result. So without further ado, hello, Dr. Teresa. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Alfredo. How are you?
Doing really well. Really well.
Awesome.
So how did you, I know the story, but the audience doesn't know the story. So how did you get to the point where you're at now?
Well, it was a painful process. So when I share it with others, it saves them some pain, which is great. I had a traumatic experience, and it led me to question whether I was a victim or a creator. And I couldn't believe that I would create such a thing. And so I went on a search of what am I doing here? Who am I, basically? And I found that I am a co-creator, and I am only responsible for how I react to the world. And that brings up a whole nother can of worms in life. And I also, at the same time, in my chiropractic and the way I was treating patients, found out that 95% of dis-ease is from what you think and feel. So then I said, oh, well, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm adjusting people, and they've been getting the same things for 25 years. I've had the same patients for 25 years with the same problem. Why is that? And it's from what we think and feel, and it is deeply rooted in every cell. And what we think and feel is not is brought on from before we're born. We are brainwashed. We're literally programmed from conception to about age 5 or 6. We don't even come online until then. And then we have all these beliefs, emotions, and things that happen. And as life goes on, you have all these events that happen, and they keep building on to what you've already been told how to act in life. So when I figured that out and found out that I could rewire my brain for anything, I went on a deep dive and went on several teaching or learning experiences. So I became a map coach. I became a magnetic mind coach. I'm right now doing mind shifting. I've studied with William Whitecloud. And I've learned a lot about how to control the mind, how to direct my ship, how to be the captain, and how to get my subconscious to do what I want. So it's been a fun journey, and I'm glad to be where I am because life is a lot easier.
Awesome. So you brought up some interesting points. So I agree. We inherit our lineage, quote unquote, experiences, and then from conception all the way up to now, or especially the first 5 or 7 years, we beliefs get cemented within us. So here's, and this is kind of more of a personal thing. So if you keep going back to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a healer, a counselor, for the same thing over and over again, so in reality, you're just wasting your money because you have to learn how to, quote unquote, correct yourself. I don't want to say fix yourself, but correct yourself. Am I getting you right here?
Yes. And it's really just changing what you desire. None of us are broken. There's nothing wrong with any of us. Anything that you do, even to sabotage yourself, isn't a bad thing. It's just how you operate. And owning that really helps. Going back and changing how you do things is a choice. So I chose to do things differently. I wanted to manifest what I desired, and not just with affirmations, because I love what you said. Confirmations work. Affirmations absolutely don't work. When you say an affirmation, you are telling yourself, your subconscious goes, oh, honey, you can't have that. No. And you already know that because that's why you're saying this affirmation. Versus when you confirm, I confirm I have this. It's the same thing to me as choosing. I choose to have this. You must choose. You must confirm. And you must clear all the things that you don't even know you have so that you don't sabotage yourself. That's the rewiring.
Okay, so all right, so now you opened up another path. So how does a person realize, okay, how can I word this? So most people think that life is happening to them instead of for them. How do you realize that what's happening in your life is because of what you represent or the influences you've accepted or the belief systems that you have? How does a person realize that when most people think this is normal, this is how life is?
Okay, so you know how patterns happen in your life? Oh, the same thing keeps happening. It keeps happening. Oh, this person screwed me again. This person screwed. Oh, another person did this. I'm always getting screwed. I'm always this. I'm always that. Your brain actually looks for that energy. It is used to the drama. It is used to the trauma, and it wants to find it to confirm so that your ego can go, see, I told you. You can't see, I told you. So what you do is you must choose to see that you are the constant. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I tell my clients. I said, what is the common denominator in all your situations?
Me.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you choose. And if you don't choose, it's okay too. You can live your life in that tornado all your life. It's a choice.
What? Wow. Okay. So for a person to realize that they're the common denominator, they need to wake up and realize that it's them that is producing everything, or they're the influence that's producing everything that's going on in their lives. Correct?
Well, they're creating situations. I think we're co-creators because we can choose to react in a different way. Life will come at you, and it is good to check and see, how is this for me? It's just a question. How is this for me? What is it showing me? Like an incident like showed me yesterday that I still have that button of I'm invisible. I still have that button. So I worked on that this morning. Some things are very deeply ingrained in us. And again, I think part of the issue with people being able to do that is it's not a judgment, it's a human factor, and it's okay. You're not broken.
Okay, so now you just brought up another interesting point. I'm loving this conversation. So, can you do I keep wanting to say the word fix, but I know we're not broken. So can you self-correct one time and it's gone for good? Or is it like peeling the onion and you have to get to the core of it?
It can be either or. It could be very, very simple, and it could be deep roots that you pull and plant new seeds. It could take a few sessions from things hiding, because here's the thing. We have different hats, and I don't have hats to show you, but we have different parts of us. You have, okay, as a female, I'm a mom, I'm a doctor, I'm a friend, I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, I wear different hats. So which part of me may not want to play? You have to bring them all onto the team. It's part of how your mind works. It segregates and categorizes your different parts of your personality.
I've been able to, over the last 20 plus years, I've been able to clear a lot of stuff. But I'm going to speak for myself, and I'm sure there's a lot of audience members. I would think, I seriously thought many times, well, not many, but a few times where I thought I had cleared and healed and evolved and ascended from all the BS that I had before. And sure enough, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years later, it would pop up again. And then that becomes frustrating because you thought you have moved on from that aspect of yourself. So I guess two questions to that. Is there I think I kind of asked you this. Is there a way to do it once and for all? And number two is, what is the timeline? What is the difference between it reoccurring a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years later?
Well, that's a very valid question. I have found for myself that usually things clear either the first time or just a few times with the methods that I use. But the methods I use are where I'm bringing up conscious thoughts. It literally is going in and rewiring your neurons so they don't fire. So they literally just don't match up and fire. So on some deep things, it's taken me 6 sessions for people. Other things, once, twice. And I've had the same thing. And when I'm rewiring someone's brain, it's not conscious things that come up. That's what you can feel your brain changing, something's going on, but you have no conscious recollection of that. And that is also because we're not able to even think more than one thought at a time. And you're not able to pull up 7 generations that they've scientifically proven that's in your DNA, their stuff. You're not able to pull up when you were conceived to 5 or 6. Some people remember their childhood, but many don't. So most of this is subconscious and just in the files that you don't know. And it is possible to lock them away and have them pop up.
That's true. I want to go to another topic here. So in your bio, you said that 95% of disease is caused by your
thoughts and emotions. Yeah, it is. 5% trauma toxicity. That's it. Mm-hmm. They have proven that, and I have seen that in my practice many times.
Okay, so I'm going to use myself as an example. Now, you probably don't know this about me. So in 2015, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and 2.5 years later, I beat it holistically. I didn't get any radiation, chemo, or surgery. I went on a food as medicine diet. Got rid of sugar, got rid of stress, and so I was able to beat it. But the reason I'm bringing that up is both of my parents had cancer. My mom had lymphoma, and my dad had lung cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying 95% of it's the feelings and thoughts, are you saying that I did not get influenced by my parents having cancer?
Oh, you absolutely did get influenced by that because you figured, see, here's the thought, and we don't necessarily have to consciously think this, but it happens. My parents had cancer, so I will also, because my parents had cancer. I've heard this so many times, but my parents had this. It doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean you have to own it. You could have the gene. You do not have to express the gene. But I've seen it, so many people. I mean, I had this woman get so mad at me because she said she had RA, and I said 95% of disease is from thoughts and emotions. She's like, oh, no, it's not. My mother had it, and I had to take care of her, and my brother wouldn't help, and now I've got it, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just said something very interesting. You don't have to express the gene.
No.
What does that mean?
We all have genes for different things. We don't have to express them. So if you don't feed it that negative thought and emotion, which automatically you do, I'm sure you've heard that. How many people have heard that? Oh, my mother had that. My father had that, so that's why I have this. Oh, my dad had diabetes, so I have diabetes. Oh, my mother had high blood pressure, so I have high blood pressure.
So, okay.
We expect to get it.
Well, okay. To be honest with you, before 2015, I never expected. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever thought about it.
But you could have as a child or whenever it happened. It could just be a quick, no, not something you're going to sit there and ruminate on, but it goes through our minds.
Wow.
Okay, have you been around somebody with COVID? Let's talk about that for a second. It's like, oh my God, I was just infected with COVID. I'm going to get the COVID.
I haven't been around anybody like that, but I've heard family members getting it, but I've never been around it myself personally. And
so then you start with that, oh my God, oh my God. I mean, you don't even have to consciously think it. Your subconscious is going, oh my God, you're in it for it now. Yeah. It's a simple process, really.
Okay, so all right, so supposedly, and I'm anti-vax and anti-mask. So supposedly that by December they're going to start enforcing masks again. At least that's what I'm hearing. So if the media is influencing us that way, how do we quote unquote fight back?
I would get a rewiring session on any fears that you have about being ill, for one thing, any beliefs that you have surrounding that, and fight back. No, don't fight back. Let people do what they do.
Okay, so that leads me to today's scenario, something that you and I talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
The national alert system thing that went off this morning. There were so many conspiracy theories that were going around. It was almost stupidly incredible. But there's a lot of people, a ton of people bought into it. How do you? I know you said yesterday to me that you're going to remain neutral. How does a person remain neutral when they're getting bombarded? And then there's the flip side of that. The media was also saying, "Oh, it's no big deal. It's just a testing thing." So then you have a choice. Do you believe what the media says, or do you believe the conspiracy theories? And then obviously what you said, you
I don't believe either of them. First of all, it's an alert. Whatever they're doing, honestly, has no effect on my personal life or my path of joy. It has no effect on me going outside and watching the vultures hovering around right now. It has no effect on my joy. So why do I care? That's the point. It has no effect on me.
Okay, so all right. So I get that. And you know what? I have a more of a rebellious attitude.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. I've never done this in any of my podcasts. But I'm the type of person that will go out to my lanai and say, "Fuck you guys." I've never cussed on any of them. I'm not sure why I'm doing this right now, but that's
okay.
me. I would say, you know what? F you guys, because bring it. Because I know I'm more powerful than that. So I have a more of a rebellious attitude rather than remaining quote unquote neutral.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I could see that, Alfredo. However, for me, there's nothing I can do about whatever they're talking about, whatever conspiracy. If it's true, not true, there's still been no proof. For all these years, I just can't live my life in fear. That's the bottom line. I will not live my life in fear, and that is fear. It is all fear-based, and they get everybody in hysteria, and then everybody is sheeples. I will not play, and I will not be rebellious.
Okay, so now
if I had to be rebellious, I would be rebellious. But right now, it doesn't seem important.
You know what? You just spoke. So we have parallel thinking because I'm getting losing my train of thought here. What you just said. It'll have to come back to me.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember. So when COVID first came out, I saw right through it. It was fear based on both sides, And I kept thinking, why don't people see this? They're sheeple. They're either on one side or the other.
Yes.
And they're both fear based.
Yes.
And I'm going, why don't they see that? And then so my daughter got married like 2 years ago, and because I was doing retreats and I was traveling, she asked me to get vaccinated for her wedding, and I ended up getting the both shots. The thing is, I told the universal life or the creator, hey, you know what? Whatever doesn't belong in my body, get rid of it. I only want what I want. Get rid of the other stuff. The rest of the stuff is bullshit, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
And here I am, 2.5 years later, and I'm fine. It's because we all have the power to dictate, and at least that's my belief. And so, and I'm by no means I'm going to get vaccinated again. So so now I want to go back to you again in regards to supposedly the mask is going to come back and all that again. How do you work around that when all of the public is are being sheeple?
It doesn't bother me. I'm sorry. I can't spend time on that. My life is short, and that's just too much fear and fear-based stuff. So what did I do? So my mother was elderly at that time, and she's since passed. So I got the vaccine. I promptly came home, got on my PEMF mat, drank silver, did my energy, did the same thing. I did my energetic magic, and I got rid of whatever. I never had a problem. Will not do it again. Will not do it again. Did it for my mom. End of story.
Yeah, I did it for my daughter too. So I understand. So that goes back to it sounds like we have the same premise that we each are all powerful enough to dictate to life rather than life dictating to us.
I believe so. And I'm not going to get into these fear-based things. It's a waste of my time. I have plenty of other things to do,
Agreed. To live life happily.
I just want to live life. Y'all can, and it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're right. It doesn't matter.
The only thing that matters in life is whatever you put meaning to.
Right.
And you can undo that. I'm just saying,
Okay, so let's get back to the present moment. So so what do you do for clients now? I know what you've done for me, but so my audience doesn't know what you do. So what is it that you do?
So somebody comes to me with a problem, and we define what the problem truly is. It's not about the story. The story is the deliverer of the essence of the problem, whatever they call a problem. So then we go into discovering how that feels. And we can do one if you'd like, how it feels. And we just go back and forth and do a little rewiring. It's a very simple process. So that's what people do. They come to me with a problem, and we take care of it. And it takes 10 minutes, half an hour.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one. Otherwise, you're going to use me as a guinea pig. So anybody in the audience, put in the comment section if you have wait a minute. Let me think about this. Yeah, well, let's play along. So anybody in my audience, if you have a problem you want to resolve right now, put in the comment section. We'll deal with you directly.
Yep, we would. Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, Dr. Teresa is powerful, phenomenal, and very simple. Simplicity.
Simplicity. Yes. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
You got
know.
about- so the audience members, you got about 10 seconds, or otherwise I'm going to be the guinea pig.
Right.
I've been the guinea pig for other healers also, so that's all good. You
Oh,
know what? I don't even know if I should be calling you a healer, so my apologies.
it's okay.
All right, looks like I'm your guinea pig, so let's do
Okay.
this.
All right. So what's the problem that you have?
I thought you said that we're going to go into self-worth.
Okay, very good. I'd love to do this. So everybody that's here, just watching this will work for you if you just follow along. So I think there are 12 different things that are themes in life, and one of them is I'm not worthy. And being not worthy, you go and you help people and you try to do as much as you can in order to prove your value to yourself. And when you do enough, you will get the reward that you have planned in your life, whatever that is. So I'm not worthy. This goes along with the thing of I deserve this. It's not a matter of whether you deserve it or not. If you desire something, you should have it. It's not a deserve. It's a matter of thank you, I will receive this because I want it. That's it.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
And I'm going through your process here. I mean, I know we're going through your process here.
Yeah.
You just did something very deep. So you differentiated between deserving and receiving. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, and you're saying receiving is what you actually desire, or you actually should have, rather than deserving.
Yes, because deserving tells yourself that you're not worthy.
Wow, that's deep. That is deep. I just had an aha when you said that. That is deep. Wow, that is so. It just like affirmation and confirmation. When you say deserving, you're coming from lack.
Yes.
Wow. And for those of you that are listening, so I don't buy into the word affirmations. To me, it's confirmations. And so now Dr. Teresa just took it to a whole nother level. So when you say I deserve, then you're coming from lack.
Yes, you are. Because why can't I go into the candy store and have everything I desire? Why can't I just do that? Do I have to deserve it? No.
Okay. So the audience members are go, okay, if I don't deserve it, but I don't have it, so what do I do? Is this where you come in?
Yeah, this is where I come in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's pretty simple. You choose it. Remove all the negative and weird things that are in your brain. I call them weird because, they are weird. And then you can have what you desire. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but that's basically it. So I wanted to work on I'm not worthy and shift that belief because we are all worthy. Okay. So
what's the difference between I am worthy and I deserve?
That is I am worthy means that you value yourself. It's not deserve. Deserve is a whole, we'd have to look up the dictionary. So, yeah. Well, I do. I do that a lot because it's simple. So deserving means that you're coming from a place of like, well, I did this, so now I deserve that. Ha ha. I'm worthy is a whole different vibe.
Okay.
And only necessary to show to yourself. It's not an egoic thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So you need to close your eyes and keep them closed. And I want you to feel into what kind of person believes they're not worthy. Feel yourself being that person and tell me the first thing you notice about it.
If you would have asked me that question 6 months ago, I would have said karma.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe in karma anymore.
Nope. Okay. So that's out. Karma's out. So what is your new thing? You may not
Karma.
have any. Okay. Karma. So,
Karma.
All right. What kind of person believes they are worthy? And I want you to feel yourself being a worthy person and tell me the first thing you notice about it.
Authentic.
Thank you. Now feel that, feel authentic. And what do you notice about it now?
Joy.
Okay, thank you. Do you still believe you're not worthy?
No.
Thank you. That's it. You may come back. Now, is there anything about not being worthy that's still a problem for you?
No.
Thank you. Is there anything in this process that you learned that you'd like to share?
This is so simple that it's powerful.
Yes.
It's life-changing.
Yes. Your mind just went and found everything about that and cleaned it up.
Okay, so so this was kind of easy because I have a lot. I have a high level of self-worth.
Yes.
Let's deal with something that our audience oh, here's one. Money.
Okay. Oh, money. Yes, let's do the money. So
Yeah.
what's the problem with money?
Not enough.
Not enough money. Okay. I do use a notebook because, Okay, so keep your eyes closed again. Can you feel the problem of not having enough money?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Exaggerate the feeling of that and tell me the first thing you notice about it.
Ugly.
Thank you. Feel the problem of not having enough money. What do you want in this moment?
More than enough money.
Okay, thank you. Feel yourself achieving your goal of having more than enough money. Imagine whatever you need to imagine in order to achieve this goal and tell me when you've done it.
Done.
Thank you. What's the first thing you notice about it?
The influx and inflow of money coming towards me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Would you still say that not having enough money is a problem?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So can you feel the problem of not having enough money?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Exaggerate the feeling of not having enough money and tell me the first thing you notice about it.
Surviving.
Thank you. Feel the problem of not having enough money. And at this moment, what do you want? What's your goal?
More than enough money.
Feel yourself achieving having more than enough money. Imagine whatever you need to imagine in your mind to achieve this goal and tell me when you've done it.
Done.
Thank you. And what's the first thing you notice about it?
Joy.
Thank you. Do you still feel the problem of not having enough money?
No.
Thank you. Is there anything about this that's still a problem for you?
My ego wants to jump in and says, this is BS, this doesn't work.
Okay, well, other than that,
I'm trying to answer for the audience here. So
I know.
okay.
I know. The thing that just happened is that by asking these questions, your eyes are closed. You went in and you searched, and not consciously, because again, you can only think one thought per second. And we have how many gazillions of things coming at us a day? So your brain sorts that out. So we go in, we ask the question, and your brain looks for everything and handles it. It removes it. It rewires it. It calms all the nerves down. So the memories are still there, the traumas, the events, all of that is still there. And that may be why they pop up once in a blue moon, but they're not active anymore in your main personality. And that's what we want. So we want your brain on autopilot, looking for whatever it is that will reach your goal. Not you consciously. I'm sorry, consciously, we don't do much. We can't. Try to think more than one thought at a time. I've sat there and tried. And it's like, oh, I can't do it. So that's what happens. And by having you search for it, it's like, let me ask you a question.
Go.
Okay, so you notice I didn't ask you a question, so you didn't have anything come up in your mind. Now let me ask you this. When was the last time you rode a bicycle?
It's been a while.
But your brain went looking for it, did it not?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
With that previous, let me ask you a question, and you remain silent. That was good. Okay, so for the I'm speaking for the audience. So people can actually follow these steps in regards to self-worth and money. Only the self-worth was kind of easy because I kind of have high level of self-worth. So,
yeah. But
I'm assuming it'll help them. The money I delved in deeper because I've been there. And actually, after my traumatic injury, I struggled with money because everything went to doctor's bills and stuff. So I was able to delve in deeper with that. Yeah. And so the audience can follow those processes in dealing with self-worth and money and get a shift in their lives, correct?
They can. It's always, of course, helpful, and not just me. There are other people out there doing this as well. But it's helpful to have somebody that's objective and go as deep as you need to go, because sometimes we have to do several rounds.
Right.
And of course, I have many other tools I sometimes add in depending on the situation. My first experience with MAP that I'm certified in was about money. And immediately after one session, because I grew up poor, so I never, and as a chiropractor, everybody thought, well, you're a doctor, you should make money. I never really made money. I mean, I survived, but I didn't thrive, and I never made the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they say you're going to make. So I did it on money. And as soon as I did it on money, whatever's in there just cleared itself and money started showing up. That's when I also learned not to put a dollar figure out there, not to say I want this much money. You can say I'll have that and more, but don't box yourself in, don't limit yourself. So I've learned that as well. So yeah, I did this on money and it's worked great.
So, and that's a pretty powerful phrase, because words are very powerful and you speak it into existence. So I'll have that and more is pretty powerful.
Oh yeah, because why limit yourself?
Correct.
And that's another thing. I just shared this with somebody yesterday. She said, oh, this lady at the post office had shoes on. I don't know if they're expensive or not. She said, oh, those are expensive. She says, I can't afford that. I say, just say yes. Just say yes. Because what if you went to a thrift store and got them for $2? She goes, what? I go, yeah, just say yes.
Good point. Good, solid point.
It's for me too. I've learned these things, it's just say yes. You want that? Okay, I don't have the money right this minute, but I'll have that and I'm going to say yes. It'll happen.
Awesome. Are you taking new clients?
I have taken a few new clients. I only work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Not a lot of appointments available because I do other things, and yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in new clients, because I have a feeling that people are going to want to reach out to you, can you put in the comments section on the Get the Possibilities page, Facebook page, and put your website and your contact information so people
Yeah.
can reach out to you?
Thank you. Yes, they can go right onto my website and make appointments from there. It's pretty simple.
Okay. Any final thoughts or comments for the audience?
Love yourself.
Yes.
You're not broken. Everything is what you choose.
Another powerful word is what you choose.
Yes, choose. And
Yep.
another thing I've told people, you can choose this path and you may go, oh, you know what? I don't like this. Change direction. That's it. Choose another one.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Dr. Teresa, immense gratitude for being you. Thank you for sharing your insights and your wisdom. I greatly appreciate you more than you know. Mahalo Keakua.
Mahalo keakua. I appreciate you too, Alfredo. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed, blessed life.
Have a great day.
Okay, bye.